Hi guys, Anna from Reformed here. I'm going to take you through a bit of a mat Pilates workout today. So it's purely a mat class. There's no cardio in it. We're focusing on the core fundamentals of Pilates. I'll take you through the first 5 minutes just to set up the foundations, and then we'll go into our workout. It'll be about half an hour workout, this class. This is not a rehab class. You will feel the muscles working, you will feel the burn, but if at any time you've got neck pain, back pain that doesn't feel like muscle work, stop and reset, okay? So let's start with lying down on our mat, knees are bent. So take a nice lie down. We're just going to start with our hands on the inside of our hips, taking a deep breath in, on the breath out, squeezing that pelvic floor together. So we're drawing those hips together, drawing that pelvis up, engaging that pelvis with a good, we're not tilting, and release. Again, squeeze those muscles together and release. Excellent. So at every point in our exercise, at every exercise before we do anything, we engage that pelvic floor. So it's like drawing those hips together and drawing that pelvis up. Excellent. Okay, so that's the first foundation. The second one is your back position. There's two back positions in Pilates. There's a neutral spine, which is what we've currently got now, natural curve in the spine, and then there's an imprinted spine. We're drawing that spine down into the mat and scooping out those abdominals. We normally have an imprinted spine when we have our legs in the air in tabletop or when we're doing other leg work. But I'll cue you in and tell you what spine we want and what to use for each exercise. And obviously the third key thing to Pilates is our breathing. So just put your hands on your ribs. You'll take a deep breath in, and on the breath out, I want you to think about scooping your abdominals and drawing your ribs towards your hips. You're completely expelling all that air. And then take a deep breath in. On the breath out, scoop those abdominals, draw those ribs towards those hips. So with Pilates, every exercise, the breath controls. So on the inhale and the exhale, you do the movement, and I'll cue you in on what that movement is. Okay, so now we've got those basics down: pelvic floor, back position, and breathing. Let's get started with a little bit of an abdominal workout. Okay, so with our arms down, resting down by our sides, shoulders are nice and relaxed, a nice healthy gap between the chin and that chest. I want you to take both your legs up to tabletop position. Excellent. So from here, we're going to take toe taps down to the mat. So pelvic floor is on. Take a deep breath in, on the breath out. Touch that toe down towards that mat, bring that back on the inhale to tabletop. On the exhale, tap down, inhale, tabletop. This is a nice, slow, controlled move. So you've got more time under tension, so you're feeling that work. So we've got an imprinted spine here. Remember, our legs are in tabletop, so we're drawing that spine in towards that mat. Exhale, tap that toe down towards that mat. Inhale, return back to tabletop. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and finish with one more, last one. Excellent work. So keeping those legs in tabletop position, we're going to extend one leg out. So take a deep breath in. Again, we've got a nice imprinted spine. On the breath out, extend that leg long away from you. Inhale, bring back to tabletop. Exhale, extend that leg long and away from you and return back to tabletop. So we're scooping those abdominals, we're drawing those ribs in when we come, breathe out. Exhale, extend, inhale, return. Exhale, extend, inhale, return. Excellent. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those knees to that chest. Let's give that spine a nice little roll from side to side. Okay, taking those legs down, feet flat on the floor. We'll just do a bit of a warm up through the glutes and then we'll get into our exercise. Okay, so with this one we're doing a bridge or pelvic lift. So the purpose here is to engage the glutes and lift those hips, that pelvis up towards the ceiling. So we'll take a deep breath in. On the breath out, engaging the lower pelvic floor, tilting that pelvis, peeling that back up, taking those hips up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, lower back down. 1 vertebra at a time. Take a deep breath in. On the breath out, tilt that pelvis, squeeze those glutes, lift those hips up towards the ceiling, lifting the spine 1 vertebra at a time. Take a deep breath in at the top. On the breath out, lower down 1 vertebra at a time. And release. Again, breathing out, tilt that pelvis, squeeze those glutes, peel that back up off the mat, hips up towards the ceiling. And lower back down on the breath out. Tilt that pelvis, squeeze those glutes, lift those hips all the way up towards the ceiling. Breathing in at the top and breathing out to release. Doing really well, guys. You should be feeling that through your glutes. And you squeeze and lift those hips up towards the ceiling. And lower back down. Let's do a couple more here. Tilt that pelvis, pelvic floor's on, glutes are on, hips towards the ceiling. Breathing in, breathing out, lower back down 1 vertebra at a time. And we'll do one more. Pelvic floor is on, squeeze those glutes, lift those hips up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in at the top. On the breath out, let's lower down 1 vertebra at a time. Excellent. Okay, so staying in this position, we're going to go to some abdominal curls. So having our hands just behind our ears, we're going to think about lifting our head and shoulders and curling and shortening the gap between our ribs and hips. So we're working pure abdominals. So we've got a nice neutral spine here. Hands are just behind our ears. Nice healthy distance between chin and chest. Take a deep breath in. On the breath out, I want you to lift head and shoulders. Breathing out, shortening the distance between those ribs and the hips. Breathing in, lower that down. Take a deep breath in. On the breath out, lift those head and shoulders up towards the ceiling, shortening that distance between those ribs and hips. Excellent. So we're leading with our chin, lifting our chest, shortening the distance between ribs and hips, and lowering back down. And remember that pelvic floor is engaged and on. We'll do another 5 more here, and then we'll take our legs up to tabletop. Take a deep breath in, on the breath out, exhale, shorten that distance, drawing out all that air, and release. Deep breath in, on the breath out, raising head and shoulders, shorten the distance between ribs and hips. Breathe out, lower back down. It's a very slow control move. We'll do one more. Breathe in and release. Okay, taking those legs to tabletop position now. Hands behind our ears. We're going to do the same move. Raise our heads towards our knees. Take a deep breath in. On the breath out, raising head towards knees and lower back down. Raise head towards knees, shortening that distance between the ribs and hips, and lower back down. Now the next lift up, I want you to think about extending one leg out, coming back to tabletop. Other leg out, back to tabletop. If you want to take this a little bit further, you can stay up in the crunch position and just extend those legs out. If this is too hard, too much tension for you, come back down, have that break. Otherwise, keep those hips, those shoulders high. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, coming all the way down. Excellent. So, next move will be oblique. So we're going to take our hands again behind our ears and take our opposite shoulder towards that opposite knee. Take a deep breath in. On the breath out, lift and rotate and lower back down. And to the other side and lower back down. So we're shortening the distance between the opposite rib and hip. Now when you're ready, let's add an opposite leg extending out. Doing really well, guys. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful work. Taking those knees in towards your hips. We're not done with abs yet. We've got a few more to go. Okay, on the next one, we're going to do a version of scissors, but we're going to slow this one right down. So bringing our legs to tabletop position. Having your hands down by your side, I want you to take a deep breath in. On the breath out, raise your head and shoulders and extend your legs towards the ceiling. Grab hold behind the calf, your calf with one leg, and shoot the other leg down. Pull that leg in for 2 pulses and swap. So you're bringing that leg in for 2 little pulses, and while you breathe out. Excellent. So you're getting a nice stretch through the back of that leg as you're pulling in. So breathing out. As you swap, you breathe in. Inhale, exhale, pulse. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower back down. Great work. Give that back a nice little massage in towards your mat. Okay, on the next one, we're going to go straight into scissors. So, taking your hands down by your side, take a deep breath in. On the breath out, raising head and shoulders, shooting those feet towards the ceiling, and we're going to alternate our legs with scissors. Breathing out with every swap, making sure you've got your spine imprinted. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower back down. Okay, another classic Pilates abdominal move that we do in the hundreds. I think everyone knows what the hundreds are. Some of you love it, most of you don't, and that's okay. There's 3 stages to the hundreds. So the first stage is hundreds in tabletop, with hands long down by your side and pulsing. Second stage, our legs up towards the ceiling, arms pulsing. Third stage is toes pointing out, so you've deliberately pointed your toes out and arms pulsing. So you pick your level. First is tabletop, second is legs up, third is toes pointing out. Okay, the idea for hundreds are you breathe out for 5, in for 5, counting up to 100. So when you're ready, choose your stage. I'll progress through all 3, but you pick your stage. And Smash these hundreds out. Let's go, guys. Take a deep breath in on the breath out. Raising head and shoulders. Find your position and breathe out for 5. In for 5. Making sure we're not putting too much strain on that neck. And we're really keeping a nice short distance between ribs and hips. We're almost there, guys. Stay with me. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Bring those knees in towards your chest. Your abdominals should be firing up about now. We've got one last one to do, and then we'll move on to some glutes and back work. Okay, the next one is nutcracker. There's 2 stages to nutcracker. So nutcracker is legs in tabletop positions. We've got a nice imprinted spine. One hand on top of the other. Heels together, knees wide apart. Take a deep breath in. On the breath out, raise head and shoulders, reach out towards the center of those legs and return. This is stage 1. Stage 2 is one hand on top of the other, knees up towards the ceiling. As you come up, you split out and back to tabletop. Level 2. Okay, we'll aim for 15 of these, so choose your level. So when you're ready, making sure you've got reaching your legs to tabletop, making sure you've got a nice imprinted spine. Heels together, one hand on top of the other. I'll progress through both of them. You choose the one that you feel is comfortable. Shoulders are down and back. Take a deep breath in on the breath out. Lift those head and shoulders, reach forward. Breathe out and back. Exhale as you come up, inhale as you return. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Finish that off. Excellent work, guys. Workout. Then we're just going to work through our side of our body. So coming down lying on our sides, we want our arm below nice and long and our legs stacked on top of each other. Our arm on top is just resting on our hips. Again, with every move, we're going to engage that pelvic floor and we move on the breath. So take a deep breath in here. On the breath out, we're going to lift head and shoulders and lift our feet at the same time. Sliding our arm down towards our toes. So we've got one long plank, one long plane, and the aim is to shorten the distance between the rib and hip on the top. Excellent. So we're reaching down that side body, shortening that distance between the rib and the hip. Making sure our hips are stacked on top of each other and we're not rolling backwards. Excellent work. You should be feeling that working through that side body now. It's quite intense. Let's go for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, take that head and shoulders down, resting those head and shoulders. I'd like you to lift those legs, suspend them into the air, and we're going to go straight into scissors. So we want to make sure that we're not moving here, we're stabilizing our body. It's just our side body that's doing all that work, keeping those hips stacked, just moving those legs in a scissor position. Just slow that down a little bit. breath on every move. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent work, team. Let's come up and swap around and go to the other side. So we're taking this nice and long below, long on top. Take a deep breath in. On the breath out, raise head and shoulders, raise toes, shorten that distance between ribs and hips, and lower back down. A little bit wobbly. So breathing out, lifting those legs, shortening the distance between our ribs and hips, and lowering back down. Excellent work. Reaching down towards your toes. Really should be feeling it again now, about now in that side body. Breathing out, lifting and lowering back down. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, keep those head and shoulders down, but keep those hips, those feet suspended. We're going to go straight into scissors here, making sure that those hips are stacked and those legs are moving. Toes are pointed, keeping those head and shoulders down. We'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower those legs down. Excellent. Turning over onto all 4 positions. We're going to go into a bit of a plank. So there's 2 setups for plank, 2 ways to do it. And one is on your knees, so we're shooting those knees out behind us, and our hands are under our shoulders, and we've got a nice flat back. So this is the first level plank. Second level is coming up on all 4s. We're going to stay here, and we're going to think about drawing those abdominals in towards that spine, relaxing those shoulders. Making sure we're not too high. We've come down into a nice long plane, and we're holding it here. Now if you want to take this a little bit further, you can do an alternating shoulder tap, nice and slow. Otherwise, just hold the plank. And if at any time your lower back is sore, you have the option to come down onto your knees or go back into a stretch. Ultimately, we want to hold this plank for as long as we can. Drawing those abdominals in, your body will start to shake. That means you're getting into the zone where you're pushing your body. Again, that option to do those shoulder taps is there for you. It's slow and controlled. I've got another 15 seconds here, everyone, so stay with me. Choose whatever position you're in. If you're on your knees, you've got a nice flat back. Otherwise, stay up. And we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming down. Give yourselves a nice little child's pose. Okay, so from this plank position, we're going to set back up in the same position we just had, but we're going to do Pilates push-ups. So again, just similar to like the plank, you've got a level 1 push-up where your hands are under your shoulders, your knees are out long, your back is straight, and you go down from your chest. This is level 1, or level 2 is coming up your toes. Nice, long, strong back. Tummies are on and they're supporting you. Let's aim for 10. Remember, you've got that option to do this on your knees. If you choose, or up on your toes. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, finish it off. Excellent. Great work, everyone. Coming into a nice seated position, we're going straight into our bridges. So we did a little bit of glute work to begin with, but this is taking it up a couple more notches. So coming down, lying onto your backs again, taking a nice neutral spine here. We'll take a nice deep breath in. On the breath out, when you tilt that pelvis, squeeze those glutes, lift up towards the ceiling, holding it at this position here. Glutes are on. We're going to open and close those legs. Open and close. Keep those glutes on. Exhale, open, inhale, close. We're squeezing those glutes. Shoulders are relaxed. Nice long neck. Making sure we're keeping and protecting that neck. Pelvic floor's on. Squeezing those glutes. Open and close. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take that all the way down. Again, we're going to take a deep breath in, set up to a bridge and hold that bridge up high. So tilt that pelvis, breathe out, curl those vertebrae up, hips towards the ceiling. Transfer your weight towards your right foot and extend that left leg long and lower back down. Lift and keep that leg extended and lower back down. So we're really loading up the glute on the right. If at any time this is too hard, you can either take it to tabletop or you can go back to 2 legs down. Whatever feels comfortable for you. But if it's a burn you're feeling, that's great. Just work through that. Lifting those hips up towards the ceiling and they are parallel. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take that leg all the way down. Swap it over. Right leg is long. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Tilting those hips up towards the ceiling, squeezing that glute in. Shoulders are relaxed. Remember, on that breath out, you're lifting those hips towards the ceiling. Excellent work. Should be feeling it in that left glute about now. Again, remember, if you're getting tired, you can put your legs down or take that leg to tabletop. But we haven't got long to go. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowered back down. Bring those legs, knees to chest. Give that back a little bit of a massage. And a rub. When you're ready, let's turn over onto our tummies. And we're going to get into a little bit of back workout. So lying down with your hands down by your side. It's a very small movement here. We're going to take a deep breath in. On the breath out, we're going to draw those shoulders down, lifting those head and shoulders, and release. Draw those shoulders down, bringing those shoulder blades together, and release. Inhale on the way down. Exhale, draw those shoulders down. Nice long neck. We've got a long neck from the base of the neck right down. Squeezing those shoulder blades together, lowering back down. Now if you want to take this a little bit further, you can bring your legs together and lift your legs, keeping that neck nice and long as you draw those shoulder blades down. That's an option. If that doesn't feel right for you or your lower back, just stick with the upper body. Let's go for 5. You should be feeling it in your tummy as well as your back. 4. Everything's working here. 3, but it is a back, upper back, shoulder blade exercise. 2, and last one. Okay, taking those hands under your head to give your head a nice little bit of support. We are going to be working our lower part of our body. So raising those feet, legs are just hovering off the back. Excellent. We're going to open and close our legs with feet. So the work's coming through our lower back and our glutes, beating those legs together. Tummy's on. Excellent work, squeezing those glutes, really tensing through that tummy. Those glutes are working, that tummy's working, you're feeling that in your back. Building that strength in that lower back. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent work, everyone. All right, so let's come up onto all fours. Let's give that back a nice little stretch first. So come back into a nice little child's pose, stretch out that back. Those shoulders sink down. Excellent. So we'll come up into 4 points now. We're going to finish off with a little bit of kickbacks and abdominal and slight abdominal work, and then we'll get a nice stretch into those glutes. So on 4-point kneeling, the idea is that hands are under our shoulders, knees are under our hips. Let's take that left leg nice and long behind us, and we'll lift and lower that left leg. So you've transferred all your weight over onto that supporting leg. Hands are under your shoulders, tummies are on, and we're just lifting and lowering that leg. Now you're welcome to stay here with just the leg workout. If you're wanting to challenge yourself a little bit further, take that arm, opposite arm nice and long. Making sure you keep your balance. Tummy's on, shoulders are relaxed. Nice long neck. No curling necks down, no looking forward, just looking straight down. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take those both down. Let's go to the opposite side. Extend that right leg nice and long, lift and lower. Remember the inhale and exhale. Exhale to lift up, inhale to release. If you want to challenge yourself, make sure you've got your balance. Lifting the opposite arm up, keeping that nice and long, drawing those shoulders down and back, and just lift and lower that leg. Abdominals are on to support you, to stop you from rocking. We shouldn't be having any rocking motion. Staying nice and still. Got 10 more seconds here, guys. Stay with me for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Draw those legs together. Sitting back into a bit of a child's pose. Well done, everyone. And just finally, we're going to finish with a little bit of glute work and a bit of a stretch, and I'll send you on your way. So coming into a kneeling position here, so knees are under your hips, hands are down, actually hands are out in front of you. We're going to work the front of the quads. This will feel a little bit strange, but it's very welcoming to those quads. So shoulders are down and back, neck is nice and long. Take a deep breath in. On the breath out, we're going to go back and hinge back. So So going all the way back, hinging, feeling that stretch down those legs, coming back up. And coming back up. If you want to go harder, you go lower. If you want to go easier, don't go so far. So find your range of motion. The upper body moves in one straight plane. There's no hunching, there's none of this. It's a straight back. The effort comes through those quads. Tummies are on and nice and tight. Chest is loud and proud. Shoulders are down and back. Chin is nice and straight. Inhale, return. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Okay, on the next one, we're going to do the same movement. I'm going to cramp in my cuff there. We're going to do the same movement. We're going to open our arms. So, arms out in front, nice and long. As we go back, we open our arms. So shoulders down and back. Take a deep breath in. On the breath out, open those arms. Come back up. Excellent work. We haven't got many here. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Beautiful work, guys. Coming back, let's get down onto all fours. Let's stay in this position. And let's give that hip flex, those hip flexors a nice little stretch. So take your left leg out in front. Your right leg is just below you. I want you to just bend forward a little bit. Push those hips forward a little bit. Feel that stretch down that front calf. We don't want to lunge too far forward. You just want to tilt that pelvis forward and really feel that stretch down the front of that leg. So we're not leaning like this. It's more around the pelvic tilt that will engage that nice stretch. Excellent. Let's take it over to the other side. Again, tilt that pelvis under. Feel that stretch through that front of that quad, that front of that leg, front of those hips. Okay, coming down into a nice lying position. Take a lie down on your backs. Take one leg onto the ground, opposite leg onto that knee, and then just push that knee away to get that glute stretch. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can reach forward and pull that bottom knee up and feel that stretch. So you find what works for you, what's more comfortable, and where you're feeling that stretch. And again, let's swap over and go to the other side. Push that knee away or reach through. Get a deeper stretch through that glute. Take both those legs down. Let's take those legs to tabletop position. Arms are nice and wide down by our side. Take a deep breath in. On the breath out, let's roll those knees down towards one side. Get a nice stretch. Head goes in the opposite direction. Get a nice stretch through that lower back. And very slowly, gently return to neutral. Take a deep breath in. On the breath out, turn the opposite way. We'll do a couple more. Come back to center and turn. Let those hips, let those knees fall. Get a nice stretch through that back. Keeping those shoulders firmly planted onto the ground. Bring that back to center. And let's go again. Last time to the other side. Very gently inhale, bring those legs back to center, take those feet down onto the ground. And guys, you're done. Stay safe until the next time. See you again.